Thank you, Miss Williams. Oh, hint, hint. So you can do that with nail polish or nail polish. So you're going to clean the nails or remove any nail polish with nail polish remover, which I don't have any, but we're going to pretend like I do. So I'm going to wipe down the nail and clean the nail. Then the next thing that I'm going to do is gently push back the eponychium, as per always. You can either circle or push it back. All right, after that, I'm going to buff the nail to remove the shine. So use your koala buffer or your orange buffers that you guys have. And you're going to remove the shine on the nail. Remember, we're always holding the nail in client protection. I'm only going to do one drill for the nails. I used to do all three, but I'm only going to do one, and that's going to be the liquid and powder sculpture. And I'm going to definitely be looking for client protection, how you hold the nail on that. All right, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to apply the nail dehydrator. So here we go. Uh-oh, is that you? Yeah. So apply the nail dehydrator. Whew. All right, so you guys, your fiberglass nails, did you guys all get a little kit like this? Okay, so this is what you're going to be using for your fiberglass nails. And inside of it, you're going to have the sheet that you will be using to create your fiberglass nail. This one is for custom fitting. And then I think there's one in here that is already custom cut. Now, make sure that you use these for the fiberglass nails because they are different than the silk nails. So silk wraps are different. Differently made than fiberglass nails. So does anybody, so it's all what's in your little kits. And then this is the resin activator. And then this is the actual resin. And does anybody remember what we call nail wrap resin? What is the word? Well, that's good, but there's a one specific word. It's a long word and it's, say it loud for the people in the back. Oh, you were so on the close.
She got it.
She did? Well, she definitely has the right idea. But it was one of the words that I asked you guys to remember. You're close. Cyanacrylate. Remember I had it come up there and say, like, had the thing say how to say it. Cyanacrylate is wrap resins. Don't get that. You guys probably already had the word on a test last night. Chapter 27. Did you see it? Okay. All right. So then you're going to have your little, this goes into your wrap resin activator here. And then the last thing that's in here are instructions, but also I have made the instructions for you on our sheet. But there is a little, this is when you're going to hear me refer to the nail tip extender. It's for, it goes on to this nozzle here so that you can be really accurate with how you apply your nail wrap resin. And so if you guys want to use it, knock yourself out, you probably have to cut the little tip off, and then you got to make sure that you use a T-pin to make sure that the liquid comes out. So that's up to you, but I wanted you to see what the nail wrap, what is it called? It's called a extender tip. Of course, you know me, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to go in hardcore, hoping to gosh my stuff doesn't go all over the place, right? All right. So then, so now the one thing about this, if you're going to do the fiberglass nails right, please follow the directions. Please listen to what I'm telling you. There's a lot of steps to this. That's how you do it right. And you know what, Grace? I think I'm going to take your word for it because I don't want to miss any work. So let's fog up my glasses and see what we could do here. All right. This stuff just really does get in my nose and it makes me, I'll get sick later. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to apply a thin layer. This is the resin. We're going to apply a thin layer of resin, cover the nail plate completely. Do not touch surrounding skin. After that, we're going to spray lightly the resin activator over the resin to accelerate the drying process. So that's the first thing we're gonna do. Okay, so I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna use my resin and I'm gonna apply it right on top of my prepared nail. Okay, here it comes. Nice one. I'm gonna do, I always kind of like to go by 2 drops to get it there. And don't ever forget, we have clear plastic, which we'll have out for you guys. That'll help move the glue around the nail. The wrap resin, the cyanacrylate. That you don't want to get it into the sidewalls. You want to keep it 1/16 of an inch away. Okay. So I'm putting that on. It's pretty thick, so I don't, hopefully mine might be old. The next step you take is you spray the resin activator. So I'm gonna do that. 1 spray should do it. Okay, now that's gonna dry the resin that we just did. Now this is like a really strong odor, so we'll have to, when people are working on them, we're probably gonna wanna put the blowers because I can feel it coming in right now. All right, then the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do a pre-cut fiberglass fabric wrap here, and we're just gonna see which one's gonna fit this beautiful shape we have. You guys want these to fit the same way that they did when you were doing the silk wraps. And so we're gonna come in and we're just gonna hope this fits right. And remember, when it goes over on the tip, then you can file this off. So that's not a problem.
Does the thing smell like bottle open or also like polyvinyl?
I think it's just, well, they're pretty good. That's not bad. I mean, I could close it and then I put the lid back on here. You can, yeah. All right, so when I'm gonna put my wrap on there, and I think it's gonna be a little, it's gonna fit on one side, but I think it's gonna be a little big on the other side. So I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm gonna cut some of this off. Okay, so my paper was a little too wide. I'm cutting it while I'm in the process here with you all. So this fiberglass really strengthens. Okay, so take your paper again and make sure you get it on there. Right on top. And you're gonna use your plastics to lay it down. You want to try to smooth out any bumps in the road. All right, so once we put our custom cut, pre-cut fiberglass fabric in the correct shape and size for the intended nail and apply, keeping it 1/16 away from the sidewalls and the eponychium, we used our plastic to fit it on there and smooth it out. We're gonna use the extender tip to spread the resin over the fabric, completely saturating, and then use the plastic bag to smooth. Once fabric is firmly secured on the nail surface, we're gonna spray the resin activator again to accelerate the drying process. So now, we sprayed before we put the fiberglass wrap, and now we're gonna do that. We're gonna apply the resin and the spray after. So we did resin and resin activator before, then we applied the pre-cut fabric wrap, and now we're gonna apply the resin and the resin activator after as well. So we're gonna come in and I'm gonna do, I like the 2 drop technique. That's usually more than enough. And that way it doesn't go into the cuticle. And then you're gonna use your plastic to smooth it out on there. And you guys can see this. I don't know if anybody's familiar with what fiberglass, like how strong fiberglass is, but you can just see the strength of the nail on here. Like it's gonna be strong.
They use it on cars.
Yeah, cars, boats. Our boat was fiberglass, you know, the outside of the
whole outside.
the whole thing.
Engine.
Yep. Yep, it's strong. Okay, so now once I've done that, always to get this to dry, we're going to spray our spray and let that process. And then during this time, I'm going to go ahead and try to file off my excess here. And it should just come off with the file. My ojos won't stay on. So try to do, maybe fit your, I don't know why I didn't put that in here, but maybe try to fit your pre-cut fabrics first. Okay, so using it, okay, so fabric firmly, okay. So now they're telling us we have to wait for this next step to be completely dry. So this is the second application. We're gonna wait for it to be completely dry, and then we're gonna lightly buff when it's dry. And we're gonna lightly buff. Okay, so then we're gonna do 3 to 4 applications of this process after that. We want these nails to be strong. 3 to 4 applications of the resin and the resin activator, okay? So if you, like we can spread out when we do this, we can have the fans going, wear your mask or whatever to be safe. But this is a strong process. So I'm gonna wait for this to dry, and then I'm gonna do my next few steps. There's a lot of steps to this, and they're all on here for you, all right? Okay, so it dries pretty fast. It looks a little sticky down here, so I'm just gonna wait it out. But you can really see the fibers of the fiberglass. You can see it, how strong it looks too. And it doesn't have a different, because I did this over an acrylic, and it still looks just fine, okay? So I gotta work on this down here, because I think I should have filed it off first before I put any of the resin and the glue, so that was my badness. Okay, so once it's dry, it still feel a little sticky down there, so I'm gonna wait it out. Anybody have any questions? This one does have a lot of steps, and it does stink. But it's my favorite look of the nails, of all of them. My personal favorite. Yes.
So with we have no changes on the paper.
No.
We can just
Follow the directions.
So why do we have to do 4 applications?
Well, that's what they're saying that it takes for the maximum strength of the fiberglass to create the strength of the nail that they want you to create. It's also in the manufacturer's instructions as well. That's where I get my information. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. It does say at this point after the 2, lightly buff if needed. So I'm just gonna take my buffer. Still wanna work on this area right here. So we're gonna do about 6 total.
On one nail?
Yeah. Yep. It's in here, it's 6 total. So we did 2 already. Now we're getting ready to do 3 to 4 more. So it says to lightly buff right now, if necessary. That's what the manufacturer's instructions ask for. That's what the book asks for. All right, so now, once it's completely dry and bump free, it says we're gonna do 3 to 4 applications are required depending on the thickness of the desired nail. Once the nail surface is completely dry, use a medium abrasive to file to smooth imperfections. Shiny spots can appear to indicate low spots that may need more resin. Okay, so I'm gonna come back now with my resin. Can you smell it down there, Miss Williams? No?
No, but what I was asking is, because you're layering the resin, right?
Yes.
But-
You meant this. Did
Yeah,
you?
the fabric.
Oh, one time.
One.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I misunderstood you. I thought you meant the resin, but you did say fiberglass. Just one time for the actual fiberglass wrap.
Okay, and then so the more curved you want in the nail, the more layers of resin you do.
Well, yeah, we're still gonna do 3 to 4 layers. It's one to begin, then we put the fabric, then it's another application, and then we wait, we buff, and then we do 3 to 4 more.
Okay.
Okay, so once you put on your resin, then what do we like to do? We're gonna come in, ugh, that's the wrong side, yuck.
Do you want a new one?
I might need a new one. And we're gonna spread this out with your plastic. And we're gonna spray. Every time you put the spray. You guys can see how it's starting to look, can you? Okay. I really like the look of the fiberglass nails. They're strong. All right. Thank you, Miss Brinson. So that's the first of 3 applications for me. So I'm gonna come back in, that's 1 after I've done the first 2, so that's 3 now. I'm gonna come back in. I like my 2 drops of resin, that seems to be enough. Get my plastic. And you guys can see as it's going along, it's looking smoother and smoother. I don't know if you guys can see. If anybody wants to, okay, I'm not good at that part. I can't see. But it looks smoother as you go along. Okay, sorry. Well, I can't see anything. I'm always like,
Yeah, you're okay.
can you guys see the smoothness of it? No. Okay, so I've done 2 now. Come back in for 3 to 4. So we're gonna do 1 more. Do your wrap, your resin. After I put my 2 dots, then I'm gonna come in with my clear plastic to smooth it around. All right, that's my 3rd one because it says 3 to 4. I'll probably stop there. We're gonna let this dry completely. And then we're gonna file. And what you're looking for are shiny spots, which means there's low dips in the fiberglass, and you'll wanna fill those. And this mask don't stop nothing. That one probably does. You don't smell it? Just wait.
Nope.
No? Yeah, I love the look of a fiberglass nail. They are beautiful. Shiny, smooth. Okay, it's gonna take a minute to dry. All right, you guys, so once it's dry completely, I'm gonna file I'm gonna look for smooth imperfections. Shiny spots can appear to indicate low spots that may need more resin. And then after that, you guys will bring them to us and we'll check them out. So, all the steps. Before you apply the resin, you apply the nail dehydrator. Then you apply your nail resin and the resin spray. Then you apply the fiberglass itself, the fiberglass piece, and then the fiberglass wrap. And then you apply more resin and more spray. Smooth it out with your pieces of plastic that we'll provide. And then you want to, if you need to file a little bit, you're going to use the buffer. And then you're going to do 3 to 4 more applications of the fiberglass, the resin and the resin activator. Then when you're done with this one, you will file with a nail file, a medium grit. Come and let us check them out. We'll talk about it. And then from there, you'll paint them and then you'll be done with your nail wrap. So just to reiterate, I think it's best practices to get through the sculptured nails first because it works really nicely on top of a sculptured nail versus I'm not sure how a sculptured nail would be on top of this fiberglass, right? What do you think, Miss Williams? Not so much, right? All right, so that's the thing. So when this dries, this is my ending 3 applications, 3 to 4, and I'm gonna file it once it's all the way dry, and then you guys can come up and look at it. So right now, I highly recommend we work on